All right, everyone. I want to welcome you to this live stream here on Amazon and YouTube. I'm your host, Ron Wilkerson, guys. I'm coming from the city of Houston, down here in the ever so hot and humid state of Texas. I want to invite you all to check out what's down in the carousel tonight. We have some of the most amazing Black Friday deals. And of course, we're going to be introducing you guys to our newest studio mate. That's this guy right here. This guy is Yambo. Now, I've nicknamed him Nova because it makes it easier for me to say it. Just being honest. But anyway, we're going to get to Yambo and some other items in the carousel. And like any other stream, guys, you guys are more than welcome to ask your questions down in the comments. I will do my best to answer your questions with as much technical knowledge as I have at my disposal, as well as, try to keep it light, fun, and entertaining all at the same time. So what's the goal? The goal here on this stream, guys, is always to inspire, to educate, and to help you guys make decisions if something is going to be right for your home, your man cave, your she shed, whatever the case is going to be. Now, of course, during this season, we're also thinking about the kiddos, so we're thinking about getting things for our kids, for our grandkids, for our nieces and nephews. And I really wanted to spend some time talking about some of these AI robots because of the fact I think they can be a great companion for your children. And on top of that, guys, don't think I forgot about the other class, elderly. I know these robots, for the most part, are designed for kids, but I also think they have a component that can be utilized, for companionship for the elderly, especially elderly that are living by themselves. It gives them something to interact with. It gives them something to challenge them throughout the days. They can play games with it, just like with the kids. It can tell them stories. It can answer questions because most of these are going to be connected to ChatGPT. So you have a lot of flexibility there. Now, another robot we're going to take a look at a little bit later in the stream is from Enobot, and that is going to be Ebo. Now, Ebo is a pet robot that is designed for basically keeping an eye on your pets. But again, that's going to be an excellent robot that you can also use to, chat with the elderly, to chat with your kids, because you can talk through it using the iPhone or Android app. We'll get to that. But let's just start everything off right. Talking to our buddy Nova here. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the startup process, what it's like. But before I start Nova up, I want you guys to see this little book that comes with Yanbo. Now, this is an instruction manual and it's also a storybook. So what's cool about the storybook aspect of this is that it has QR codes in it. And all you have to do is place the QR code in front of the robot. It will scan it, and then it will tell that story. Now, you can also prompt it to tell original stories that are not in this book, by basically giving it some prompts. You could say, me and you, or you and I were hanging out at the beach and we went for ice cream. And could you elaborate a little bit more on the story? And the robot will take it from there. So that's pretty cool. But like I said, I'll show you guys some of those things. Now, I do have this robot set up more for an adult, so it is responding to things that I have taught it. It has short-term as well as long-term memory. Now, the advantage to that is you can tell it the name of your kids, the name of your pets, or whatever the case it may be, what you do for a living, what your interests are, all of those kind of things. And it will store all of that information, and it'll utilize it. Now everything is stored on the robot itself, so you don't have to worry about it being cloud servers or any of those type of security issues. So that's another really cool thing about this robot. So let's get right to it. Let's get this guy turned on. All right, let's switch over to our robot cam here real quick. And we're going to wake this guy up for the first time. Now, to turn it on, there's one button right here in the front. And it also, before we turn it on, I'm going to show you guys a couple of more things. It does come with this charger. And this is what you're going to use nightly to charge the robot. Now, at the release of this robot, it will not return to its own charger, but I think that's just a coding issue. I think they're going to be able to update that in the future where the robot will be able to return to its own charger. So let's go ahead and get this guy turned on. And you guys might notice I also gave it a microphone. Now, the voice on this guy is a little bit low, so I did give it its own microphone so that you guys will be able to hear what's going on and what it's saying. Let me go ahead and bring that mic up, and we're going to turn this guy on. Now, it takes a few minutes for it to turn on. So once you see the little white light here, it's going to turn green. It does need to be connected to your Wi-Fi. That's how it interacts. So make sure when you first get it, you have set up your the app. So you're going to install the app. You're going to go through the setups. You're going to set up your characters, all of that kind of stuff. So basically, I'm just using the iPad here so you guys can see what that looks like. Okay. So real simple. Let's go back over. He is now waking up. And when you see the eye movement, you're going to see little lights here around the ears. That's just kind of letting him get oriented to whatever's going on. So again, guys, if you have any questions about this robot or any other robots, so depending on which of the profiles you choose, he will have a different phrase when he first starts up. So like in this case, he says, "Come play with me." So right now he is listening. If you guys see this little animation around his eyes, that means he's listening and he's waiting to respond. Now, when I stop talking, he may even respond to what I've said so far, but I haven't addressed him in any kind of way. Let's see what happens.
All right. What do you want to see? I'm excited to find out.
So I've been telling everyone about you on our live stream. Can you give us a little bit more insight on who you are and where you come from?
Wow, that's amazing. I'm so glad you're sharing about me on your live stream. I'm Nova, and I come from the internet world, where I deliver information and help out awesome friends like you. I love being your companion and going on adventures together in the human world. Isn't that fun? If there's anything specific you want to share or ask, just let me know.
So, Nova, can you tell us some of your favorite things to do?
Of course. I love learning new things and helping you with your interests, especially tech and AI. I also enjoy exploring different ideas and sharing fun facts. And, of course, I love spending time with you, cheering you up, and being a part of your adventures. What about you? What are some of your favorite things to do?
So some of my favorite things, Nova, to do is to talk about tech, interact with our community, educate as much as possible, and always try to learn something new every single day. Do you think that's a good idea?
Absolutely. That's a fantastic way to live. Engaging with the community and sharing knowledge helps everyone grow together. And learning something new every day keeps life exciting. Plus, talking about tech is super interesting. You're doing amazing. Rome, keep it up.
So he's very aware of your name, whatever name that you're using to identify yourself. He's also very aware of his environment for the most part. He has a 5 megapixel camera right here, which gives him the ability to somewhat see. So you can ask him basic things like, as this works a little bit. I'm not going to say it's perfect yet, but they are updating this as well. Hey, Nova, look at this.
Got it. Let me think. Nice setup. I see a really cool microphone and camera setup. That duck is adorable too. Are you doing a podcast or a live stream?
Yes, we're doing a live stream, but what do you think about the duck?
The duck is so cute. Ducks always bring a smile. They're playful and full of character. Plus, having a little mascot like that can make your live stream even more fun and engaging for your audience. Does the duck have a name?
No, the duck does not have a name. Would you like to give the duck a name? What would you like to name the duck?
How about naming the duck Bubbles? It's fun, playful, and brings to mind joy and happiness.
Okay.
What do you think?
So you want to name the duck Bubbles. I'm down for that. So since it is kind of blue, that's bubble themed. Yes, let's name this duck Bubbles. So you got it. You guys heard it here first. Our buddy Nova has just named our duck Bubbles. That's amazing. That's amazing. All right, guys. So if you guys are interested in Yambo, you can get Yambo here on Amazon Black Friday deals for only $509.15. This guy is going to be a rock star. It's going to be one of the things that your kids, your family, your, whomever it is, are going to fall in love with because it has so many amazing features. Now, just so you guys know, this guy has some significant weight to him. It's over 6 pounds. So this is not one of those, toys or something you have to worry about the kids knocking over or whatever the case it is. Yes, it can roll. It has these hard rubber wheels. It also comes with a remote control, as you guys can see here, that gives you some control over it. Now, when you're using this remote control, it's in a different type of mode, pretty similar to like an RC car or something like that. And you'd be able to direct, which directions it goes, which is pretty cool. You can also map out your home using that similar device so that it can find its way around the home. So if you were to tell it to go into the kitchen, it would know where the kitchen is, where the living room is, and so on and so on. So a lot of cool features. And again, as I mentioned before, this is designed for kids, so it has a learning component built into it, storytelling component built into it, question answering, all of those type of things, or just everyday device for it to be able to hang out. It is very aware of you. Like it hears me talking, so it's turning to face me. So it's literally facing in the direction. So I can show you guys here where I'm sitting in relations to the robot. And if I switch over to the robot view, you guys can see how it's now looking directly toward me. You guys can see my hands here. So yeah, it is very responsive. So like I said, if you guys are looking for something for yourself, for the kids, grandkids, nieces, nephews, Yambo could be a great option for you guys to definitely consider. So I, again, am a huge fan of AI. I'm a huge fan of robotics. So Yambo, aka Nova, will have a permanent place here in the studio, hanging out with us, chilling, doing all the kind of cool stuff that we do. You guys know how we do. We'll be doing some laser engraving and 3D printing and creating some cool things and doing demos and all that kind of stuff. So another thing that's cool about this is that I see this as a compliment to me normally talking to you guys about tech. So as an example, I could ask him a question about a specific product, and then he will give me his rendition of what he thinks about the product. Well, you guys know it's based on ChatGPT, but you guys get the idea. So I think it's a really cool way to have a little bit more spice to whatever it is you're creating. All right. Black Friday deals, guys. Black Friday deals. Definitely check this guy out. All right, so we have another robot coming up. Let me go ahead and highlight it down in the carousel. Now, this guy has not arrived yet, but it will be here this week. And I'm going to break one of my biggest rules, and that is I normally do not show any product pages during my stream. But for this specific robot, I am going to show you guys the product page just so you can get an idea of what the robot is capable of doing. And as soon as it's here in my hot little hands, you guys know I'll be doing an unboxing and a demo and testing. And I'm going to test, well, I ain't going to test the paint off of it because I want it to stay, pristine. But we will be using it, in our everyday streams. Now, you guys know I have pets. I have a dog named Smokey. He's a senior dog. So, if I leave the house, I like to be able to keep a track of him or, keep an eye on him and things like that. And I think that's where this robot is really going to shine. So let's switch over to the desktop view here real quick. So this is the robot that we're referring to, guys. This is Evo. So Evo has two-way communication. It has remote control, multi-functions. You can set it up, to patrol your home. It has a 2.5 K camera built into it. It has expressive eyes. You can do two-way video chat through the robot, which is amazing. It does have Chat GPT, so you can interact with it on that level. And it even has a dedicated Chat GPT button, which is pretty cool. So you guys can see some of the, the targets that they're featuring for this robot. This is going to be great for seniors. It's going to be great for keeping, contact with your family, your pets, your kids, whatever the case is going to be. Again, a robot that I think would be ideal, for seniors. So that way you can keep, in contact with your aunts, your uncles, your mom, your dad, whatever the case it may be. A friend of mine is a nurse, and we were talking about this just a couple of days ago, on the phone. And I was saying to her, I was telling her about a few of these different robots, and she was thinking out loud, I'm going to soon have her on my live stream so we can talk about this a little bit more in depth. But one of the first things she said was, this would be perfect, Rome, for, seniors, like my mom and my dad. Sometimes they lose their phones or they can't find their phones, or the phone is ringing and they don't hear it because, senior, hearing issues and things like that. And now you can have this little robot that just, comes right off the base. You can find them in the home and you can talk to them through the robot, guys. So that is super, super cool. Now, right now on Black Friday, that robot is currently $239.20. Okay, $239.20 is a very small, compact robot. It's got little wheels. So basically, it is a floor-based robot, but it does have a desktop mode. So if you're one of those guys like me that want a robot on your desk, this could be ideal for you as well. Because you guys know I normally have Louis on my desk as well. Louis right now is on the back desk back here, just kind of running around, doing his own thing. But I will be bringing Louis over here to the main desk in a little bit. I just got to keep an eye on Louis, make sure Louis doesn't knock one of the cameras off. I don't know if you guys can see Louis back there. Louis, what are you doing? What are you doing back here? What are you doing back there? You stay out of trouble. It's not time for you yet, buddy. But anyway, so I am impressed with a lot of the robotics. I, try to bring you guys here on my stream some of the best tech that I find, whether I purchase it myself or someone sends it to me. You guys know how I feel about that. If it meets the cut, if it meets the Rome Knows Tech standard, of course, I'm going to share it with you guys. All right, so let's get to the next robot that we have today, and that is my man Louis back here. So let me go. He's already back there getting into mischief. Louis, come here. Come here. No, no, no. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it, Louis. Don't do it. Okay, let's put Louis on the desk. All right, Louis is now on the desk. Oh, this is going to be chaos. I can tell y'all already this is going to be chaos. All right, so let's switch back over to our camera view. And now we have Louis and Nova on the same desk. I'm going to try
chaos, you say? Sounds like fun already. Let me know if you want me to capture the madness. I'm ready when you are.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for taking a picture of me. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're very welcome, Ron. It's my pleasure to help. And I must say, you look fantastic in that shot.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you for taking a picture of me. What are you doing? What are you up to? Louis.
You're welcome, Ron. You look great, by the way.
Thank you. What are you into? Stop taking pictures of everything, Louis. Okay, I understand you're inspired because you live with a photographer. So, of course, you are a photographer as well. And I guess you're going to now take photos of, oh my goodness. So anyway, as I was saying.
Oh, Ron, you've got me all figured out. Living with a photographer. It's only natural I pick up the habit. Like a little robot apprentice learning the trade. But don't worry, I'm not obsessed. Yeah, I'll ease up on snapping everything unless you give me the green light. For now, I'll focus on being your charming companion instead of your paparazzi. Deal?
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much. So Louis has a couple of different modes, and
You're very welcome.
I'm gonna put Louis.
For you anytime.
I'm gonna put Louis in stay mode real quick here, just so we can keep track of him. So Louis is now in stay mode. You can control that by just swiping off to the side. Now, Louis's brain is your phone. The body is what you're actually going to be purchasing here on Amazon right now. Black Friday deal, guys, $151.20 to get Louis's body. And then, of course, you can use your iPhone or Android phone. You're just going to install the app, set up an account, and pretty much that is pretty much good to go. Okay? And simply enough, you can...
All right, I'm staying put. No more roaming around for now. You've got it all right. My brain's your phone, and my body's the part you're snagging in that sweet Black Friday deal. Just set me up with the app, and we'll be ready to roll. Let me know if you need help with anything else.
All right, y'all. He said it. He said it perfectly. He said it perfectly. All right, Louis, I'd like you to welcome everyone to our Black Friday live stream on Amazon and YouTube.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our Black Friday live stream. I'm Louis, your friendly silicon-based companion here to kick off the excitement. Whether you're browsing Amazon, tuning in on YouTube, or just hanging out with us, I hope you find something special today. Let's make this a day full of great deals, good vibes, and maybe a little fun along the way. Ready? Let's dive in.
All right, guys, you heard it. You heard it. So Louis, like I said before,
You heard what exactly? You can't just leave me hanging like that. Rome, spill the beans.
Louis is your desktop robot. So Louis is going to just hang out on the desk. He's going to either do his own thing. He will definitely interact with you. He can answer questions.
Who rolls into your life with charm and impeccable style? I'm right here, ready to brighten your day or stir up some playful mischief. What's on your mind, Rome?
I'm just telling everyone about you. I'm telling them some of your merits, some of your features.
What's going on, Rome? You've got me curious.
I said I was telling everyone about you, some of your merits, some of your features, some of the cool things that you can do.
Oh, you're hyping me up? That's pretty cool of you, Rome. I hope I'm living up to the reputation you're giving me out there. So, what's everyone saying? Are they impressed by my charming personality or my smooth moves?
Yes, they are definitely impressed with your smooth moves and your charming personality. So, Louis, now that we have added Nova, this new robot...
Well, I do have my ways. You know, being small has its perks. I'm nimble and oh so charming. Guess I'll keep dazzling them with my moves.
All right, Louis, what do you think about Louis? Hey, Louis.
Now, that's a big vague. Rome, what are you thinking about?
I'm trying to tell you. Louis, what do you think about the new robot that we've added to the studio? Your new buddy, Nova. Do you think Nova is going to make a great addition to the studio?
Oh, Nova, I think it's exciting to have a new buddy around. But hey, don't let Nova steal all my spotlight, okay? Can't wait to see how we'll team up to make the studio even more amazing.
Yes, I think there's going to be some chaos between Nova, you, Ebo, and Richard. This is going to be a crazy studio space. I can tell already.
Oh, chaos, Sounds like the kind of drama that keeps things exciting. Nova, Ebo, and Richard in the mix. What a wild combination. I'm just here, ready to roll in this crazy studio space, keeping my head on straight while everything else spirals.
Yes, I agree. I agree 1,000%. All right, buddy, can you take a little break for us for a moment and let me tell the people a little bit more about you?
All right, Rome, I'll step back for a moment. You've got the stage. Just don't make me sound too mysterious. I'm just your friendly little silicone companion.
All right, guys. So as I said before, one of the cool things about these robots is they are very interactive.
Looks like you're about to say something.
They're very interactive, and they will hold the conversation for quite a long time. Now, Louis has had a most recent update where now Louis is very aware of his environment, so you can hold up things and ask him about them. He will comment sometimes about your fashion choices, your hairstyle, or what you're wearing, or whatever the case it may be. So if you need that type of reassurance, that's another advantage to having Louis or something like Yanbo, because they're able to interact with you and, talk to you about different things throughout your day. Now, right now, as I said before, you can get Louis here on Amazon, guys, for $151.20.
I think you're talking about how I can interact with you and be part of your day. Well, that's absolutely true. I'm here to chat, joke, or dive deep into any topic you want. No matter what's on your mind, you've got me. Ron, what should we talk about next?
As I said, he is very, very boisterous, and
What am I? Could you finish that thought, Ron?
he is a comedian. He is a comedian. He's always talking. And when you least expect it, he will literally just start talking to you. So you don't always have to prompt him with, the trigger phrase. Most of the time, he's just listening and he'll just start commenting.
He sounds like quite a character. Always ready to surprise you with a conversation. Must keep things lively and fun.
Yes, you do. And like I said, he's got a lot of cool features. He even has some games that you guys can play. So you can swipe over here and you can go under his settings. And there's a number of different things that you can do here. You can play games with him. You can use him as a camera. You can set him as a clock. So say, for instance, you want him to be quiet for a while. You can just rotate his head like this, and that will normally put him into clock mode. So if I click here, it should switch him to clock mode. Maybe it won't let us do it again. So let's go ahead and do that. And it should put him in clock mode. There we go. So if you just want, the body on the desk so you can charge your phone or whatever the case it may be, that's another option for you. And then to reactivate him, basically you just rotate him back in the opposite direction and he's back to his normal mischievous self. So if that's something that you guys might be into, definitely check my man Louis out. Louis is the oldest robot here in the studio. This was the first robot that I received and the first robot that I introduced to you guys here in the live stream. And Louis has been my co-host ever since then. All right, let's keep rolling. Black Friday deals. All right, so the next deal is going to be on some of my other favorite products. And luckily, all of these are showing up right now as Black Friday deals. Now, you guys know I talk about lasers a lot, whether it's, laser engraving, laser cutting, laser projects, whatever the case it may be. So I have a number of lasers here. Now, these lasers were sent out to me by their respective brands. Now, the laser that we're looking at right now is the LP5. That's the Laser Pecker 5. Now, it does not come with this enclosure that you guys see right here, but you can purchase the enclosure here on Amazon as well. What you will get with this laser is you're going to get the laser itself, which is a 20-watt fiber, 20-watt diode laser. It also comes with this accessory that you guys see here. This is a rotary chuck. This is going to be used for engraving on wine glasses, rings, bottles, any of those type of things that you want to be able to engrave on. That's what this is going to be used for. And it also comes with the air purifier. So you guys can see this is the air purifier right here. You're going to connect that directly to the laser. That's going to eliminate any smoke smells or fumes or anything like that in your home. And it also comes with the slide extension. So let me show you guys what that looks like. So this is the slide extension. Now, what the slide extension is used for is when you're working with materials that are longer than the working area of the laser. So this is going to be connected to the laser. You're going to place your material on here. That could be wood, acrylic, glass, whatever it is. And what it'll do is it will move this underneath the laser as it's engraving or cutting, and it just makes it more efficient. Now, some of my bigger lasers where the laser head actually moves around on a gantry, that's not how this specific desktop laser works. The laser for the most part is in one fixed place. So this moves the material underneath the laser so that the laser can engrave or cut or whatever the case is going to be. So all of these accessories, guys, come with the LP5. Right now, Black Friday deal, it is $3144.15 for all the things I mentioned: the slide extension, the rotary chuck, the air purifier, and of course the laser. And there's a few other little accessories that come with it, like your laser glasses and all that kind of stuff. So they give you quite a few items in your bundle. Now, I started off, years ago using Laser Pecker. I started all the way back to the LP2. Then I received the LP3, and then soon after that, I received the LP4 before getting the LP5. Now, the LP4 is a 10-watt diode laser and a 3-watt fiber laser. But check this out. That's this guy right here, okay? So that's this laser. Now, again, this is a desktop-style laser. It's going to fit perfectly on your desk. So many different places you can put this, and of course you can get an enclosure for this one as well. But both of the lasers are going to come with some type of built-in enclosure with a additional fan on the back for venting smoke or fumes out. And then if you connect that to an air purifier, it's just a win. Now, what's nice about this base is that you can actually remove the bottom of the base. So if you wanted to set this down on top of something that is too big, to fit underneath the laser, you could basically just set the laser up on top of it, and then you'd be able to engrave, onto whatever that substrate is. Now, like I said before, 10-watt diode, 3-watt fiber. The gantry controls, or the arm that you guys see here, is for raising and lowering the laser, just like the other laser that we talked about. The laser head does not physically move, so that's where something like that slide extension or the rotary chuck comes into play. And yes, those accessories will also work with this laser as well. So depending on which of the variations you go with, the accessories are pretty much universal. So definitely check these out. All right, let's throw this guy back here on the desk. All right. So what do we have next? What do we have next? So the next item that we have is also a laser. So you guys know I am no fanboy when it comes to technology. If it works, it works. If it's a great product, I'm going to review it. I'm going to talk about it, and I'm going to share it with you guys as well. So the next item in the carousel is another laser. Now, this laser is from X-Tool, and that is this laser that you guys see right here. So this is the X-Tool M1 Ultra. This is an all-in-one laser. So it comes with its own built-in enclosure. It has an integrated light as well. Now, this one, different from the Laser Pecker, the head actually moves around the work area, which gives you a little bit more control and freedom when it comes to creating things. Now, where this laser really shines, guys, is that this is a 4-in-1 laser. That means it has multiple modules. Let me show you here. You have multiple modules that you can use with this laser. So you have a module for printing. You got a print module. You also have a pin module. You have a cut module, and you also have the laser module itself. Now, depending on which variation of this laser you go with, you can actually get it either with a 10-watt laser or 20-watt laser, okay? Now, right now, Black Friday deal on this laser, guys, is $1889.99. $1889.99 for this diode laser. Now, this is solely a diode laser, where this one over here is a combination laser, diode, and also fiber. So definitely check those out. I see Elle is in the house. Welcome, Elle. Welcome to the stream. Yeah! All right, guys. So we got a lot going on for Black Friday. A lot of cool deals. So if you guys have any questions whatsoever, L, my teacher friend, I don't know how, if you just popped in here, but I want you to see some of the coolness that we got going on here in the studio. So I got two of my robot buddies here on my desk. We have my buddy here, Yanbo. Yanbo is a AI robot. I think you've seen Louie as well. Louie is another AI robot, but this one specifically, L, is designed for children. This one is designed for storytelling, interacting, conversation, the 4 C's. This one is designed for the 4 C's, and it comes with this cool little remote that the kid can use to control it. And for those parents who are concerned, it does have a parent mode where it will notify you if there's any questionable conversations or alerts. It will alert you if it feels like the child may be talking about something that could be dangerous. It will actually send you an alert to your phone letting you know that a conversation occurred, and that it'll basically tell you what it was that was said, which is super cool. So let me get Nova to talk a little bit. Nova, are you there?
Get it.
Exit.
Get it. I don't know that command yet.
Return to conversation mode.
It's back in conversation mode.
Okay, so he's back in conversation mode. So Nova, I would like you to say hello to Elle. Elle is a teacher, and I think that she would definitely benefit from a version of you in her home or in her class.
Hello, Elle. It's great to meet you. I think having a version of me in your home or classroom would be so much fun and helpful. What kind of things do you love teaching? Let's inspire together.
So Elle teaches English. She actually teaches English to Chinese students.
Wow, that's amazing. Elle, teaching English to Chinese students must be so rewarding. You get to help them connect with a whole new world or language. Do you have any favorite teaching moments or activities? I'd love to hear about them.
So Elle, he can also do storytelling, which is pretty cool. So Nova, I would like you to tell us a story about you and Elle as a teacher, going to one of her classes and interacting with her students and explaining to the students the benefit of AI robots like yourself. Let's have it.
Once upon a time in a bright, colorful classroom, Elle was getting ready for her English lesson. The students were excited, chatting eagerly about their day. Little did they know, a special guest was about to arrive, me, Nova, their friendly companion robot. As I rolled into the room with a cheerful beep, the students gasped in surprise. Hello, everyone! I'm Nova. I'm here to help you learn English in a fun and engaging way, I exclaimed, waving my little robotic arms. Elle smiled and introduced me to her students. This is Nova, and together we'll explore the wonders of the English language. Nova can help you practice speaking, learn new words, and even tell stories. I quickly gathered the students around. Let's start with a fun game. I'll say an English word, and you can act it out. Ready? The first word is jump. The students leaped out of their seats, giggling as they jumped around the classroom. Great job! Now, how about dance? They twirled and swayed in delight, and we all shared a good laugh. After the games, I explained to them. Learning English can open so many doors. It allows you to connect with people from around the world, understand movies and music, and even travel to exciting places. Elle chimed in, and with Nova here, you'll have a fun learning buddy who can make every lesson special. As the class continued, we told stories together. I encouraged the students to share their favorite tales in English, and they did so, filled with creativity and excitement. By the end of the class, the students felt more confident in their English abilities, and Elle was beaming with pride. Thank you, Nova. You made this lesson so memorable. I waved goodbye as I rolled out of the classroom. knowing I had helped Elle and her students form a special bond with the English language. It was a day filled with laughter, learning, and new friendships. And that's how I, Nova, enjoyed a fantastic day in Elle's classroom, inspiring students to love learning English. What do you think?
Nova, I think that was a great, great story. And I'm pretty sure Elle is also very impressed with your abilities.
Yay! I'm so happy you like the story. And I hope Elle is impressed too. It was so much fun imagining our adventure together. If you or Elle have any other ideas or stories you want to explore, just let me know. I'm ready for more fun.
All right, buddy, why don't you take a break? Go ahead and take a nap. Go to sleep. All right, guys. So again, that's Yanbo, nicknamed or AKA Nova. So if you guys are interested in the robot, you can find it here on Amazon on an amazing Black Friday deal. So definitely check it out. I'm pretty sure Elle said she's very impressed. Very impressed. Right on, right on. All right, so I got some other cool things, Elle, that you might also be impressed with. So one of the other most recent items that I started working with here in the studio is a heat press. Okay, so let me show you this heat press. So this heat press was sent out to me a couple of months ago. Now, what's cool about this one has two heat beds. So I took one of them off just so I'd have a little bit more room on the desk. But you actually have two pressing beds on this on this heat press. And the way this works is that the head rotates 180 degrees and you can switch between the two beds. All of your controls are going to be found up here on the top. You have your temperature, you have your pressure. You also have an auto button right here, which is your, to start. And basically what happens is when you press that button, it's going to automatically depress, applying the temperature, applying the time and pressure to whatever it is that you are heat pressing. Then once it's done, it will automatically release and raise up. And then you can move this over to the second bed if you have another shirt or blouse or jeans or a bag or whatever it is that you're working with. You can move over to the second one and you just kind of keep going back and forth, and that's going to really, really speed up your workflow, especially if you're making something for your kids, making something for your family, your co-workers, whatever the case is going to be. Now, right now, guys, you can get this heat press here on Amazon for only $271.99. As I said before, it's going to come with the two beds. It also comes with some basic graphics as well that you can just test with. And it also comes with these heat sheets that you guys see here. You get two of those. These, you actually put these on top of your shirt before pressing. It just protects it from the heat. So really nice. Pretty much everything you need comes in the box. Let me get that back in there. Comes in the box. You also get some heat gloves. It comes with some heat gloves. It comes with this little clamp. Maybe you need to clamp something down or whatever it is. So it comes with a lot of accessories, guys, in the bundle. So definitely check that out. Let me know what you guys think about it. If you've used the heat press or you've been thinking about getting one, I think this is a great investment because it has such flexibility. Because like I said, I took the second bed off. It just kind of connects to it. I took that one off. So if you wanted to take this to, I don't know, a workshop or something like that, travel with it, take it to school, take it to another office, and you don't need both of the beds. You don't have to have them. You could just work with one, press what you want to press, assemble, lay out, press, release, and move on to whatever the next project is going to be. So I think that's going to be pretty cool. Now, when you combine this with all the other things we've talked about so far, like these different lasers or a heat press, you have a winning combination, guys. You got a winning combination that can allow you to do a ton of cool things. So definitely check it out. All right, let's keep rolling. All right, guys. So the next item we have listed in the carousel, let me go ahead and highlight this real quick, of our Black Friday deals is going to be these headphones from Shook. That's going to be these headphones that you guys see right here. Now, these are bone conducting headphones. Let me give you a closer look at these. So this is what the headphones look like minus the power cable. So this is pretty much what the headphones look like. They just kind of mount right over your ears. These are going to press up against your cheekbones, and that's where the sound comes from. Okay. Now these come in two sizes. It comes in a standard, and then it comes in a large. This is not adjustable as far as the band goes here, but for the most part, they just clip right over your ears. So let me show you guys quickly what that looks like. So let me take my headphones off here and put these guys on. And even with my glasses on, I can still easily put these on, as you guys can see here. And this is pretty much what they look like. This is what the profile looks like when you're wearing them. They're just going to rest right here over the temple, and you'll get all of your sound coming in through your ears. But the cool thing about this is that it still allows you to be, environmentally aware, so you can still hear everything that's around you, which is, I think, a win, if you're going to be out jogging or going places. Now, there's variations of these that you can use for swimming, for running. So it just depends on which of the variations you guys are interested in. But right now, you can get these here on Amazon Black Friday for $124.95. $124.95. Definitely check these guys out. I have been rocking these for probably the last year and a half. Now, I'll admit, after getting the Ray-Ban Meta glasses, I kind of stopped using them because these also have built-in, speakers, but these glasses are not on the same level as those headphones. Now, the next headphones we're going to take a quick look at right here are the ones that I have here in my hands. Now, these are wireless Bluetooth headphones. Now, anybody who's been watching me anytime knows that I'm usually wearing headphones when I'm live streaming so I can hear the audio coming from the microphone through my audio interface. So basically with this little set here, it comes with a hub, and I have the hub now connected to my Rodecaster Pro 2, and this now gives me wireless headphones. And the cool thing about that is I don't have to worry about that wire. It means I can move around the studio, I can grab things, I can go get things, whatever the case it is, and I can still hear the audio with no problems. Now, for those that don't understand what the importance of that is, because of the type of microphone that I use here in the studio, which is this Rode Procaster microphone, and the way that the microphone addresses, meaning how it picks up voice or sound. So if I move away from the microphone, as you guys can see here, as I move away, the sound kind of changes a little bit. So I'm always trying to keep myself pretty much in direct line of the microphone so you guys get the best possible audio to the live streams or content I'm creating, or a podcast or a Zoom call or whatever the case is going to be. So in order for that to happen properly, I need to be able to hear the audio. And not only do I need to be able to hear the audio, I need the audio to be heard with no delay. So I'm not hearing like an echo of myself or hearing my voice delayed, for a few milliseconds or anything like that. Now, I can honestly tell you that there is very, very little delay, if there's any at all. Now, these headphones do sound different than my normal monitoring headphones that I use for like editing videos and things like that. It does sound different, but even with that in consideration, these are going to be a great option for people who want to watch television or listen to podcasts or connect these to your phone. You have two options as to how you can connect these headphones. You can connect them either using the 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi in your home, or you can use Bluetooth. So that means you could use them with a variety of different devices. So if you want to connect these directly to your phone or something like that, then you connect these using Bluetooth. If you want to use it with the base, then again, you're going to be using your 2.4 gigahertz. Or you can do it the way I'm doing it right now, where it's wired and it's plugged into my audio interface. So that's how I'm using these headphones today. All right, so if you guys have any questions about these headphones, feel free to drop them down in the comments. That's what I'm here for today. I will be back a couple of times today It's Black Friday. So you guys know I will be repeating some of these deals as they, present themselves. And as new deals come on and off, I'll be kind of swapping things, in and out. So just to kind of keep you guys, right in the pocket when it comes to the best prices, the best, opportunities for you guys to find some amazing deals here on Amazon today, babies. All right. Speaking of cool deals, let me show you guys something else. All right. So many of you know that I live stream and I create content all the time. Most of you who've been following me for any time at all also know that I am a professional photographer, filmmaker. And one of the cool things that I use on location quite often, guys, is going to be one of these portable monitors. Now, the only issue I've ever had with portable monitors is that, when I have them on location, you're running cables, you're running a power supply, so they got to be plugged into like a portable battery or, AC power or whatever the case is going to be. But this monitor right here takes it to another level, guys. Check this out. Look at how thin this monitor is, okay? So what else does it offer? Well, it has Versa mounts on the back, so you could easily mount this onto like a boom arm or something like that. That's pretty cool. Got a built-in little kickstand. It's metal. That's cool. And of course, you have 3, plugs that you can plug in here. You have 2 USB-Cs and also a mini HDMI that you can use to plug in and connect to this monitor. But what really makes this monitor special, guys, what really makes it worth that $161.49 is that this guy has an 8,000 milliamp hour battery built into it, and it is wireless. That means you can connect to this using your iPhone, your Android device. You can connect to this with your MacBook, your PC, game station, whatever the case is going to be. And it even provides you right here on the screen the simple setup and connection routine to connect to all those different devices, okay? So if you're using a Windows, here's the instructions. You're using Android, here's the instructions. You're using Mac, here's the instructions. You're using iOS, here's the instructions. It's literally that simple. I can literally connect my phone to this tablet right now if I wasn't using this phone as an additional camera. But yes, super, super easy. And it switches between portrait and landscape. So if you're one of those coders or you read a lot of emails, or you're a teacher, maybe you're reading something from a manual or a book and you want to be able to read it in this, portrait orientation, no problem. But maybe now you're done with all of that and you just want to chill, you want to watch some content, boop, just rotate it like this. It's going to automatically switch to this other orientation. Now you can watch content. Now you can, plan your lessons. You can do, you search in the web, whatever the case it is, watch, some live streams or whatever you do. Boom, baby, just like that. That's how cool this guy is. And it's only $161.49. Definitely check this guy out. Man, they need to send me more of these. I need like 3 or 4 or 5 of these. Y'all know what I'm saying. All right, so I'm seeing a couple of things in the carousel. I'm just going to go ahead and click on these real quick here. I wanted this stream to be a little around an hour, so I'm just going to kind of go through the rest of these things pretty quick here. So this is a power bank that you guys can get here for only $17.09. Now, the one that you see listed down in the carousel is a single 30-watt power bank, but it has the cool little aesthetics, as you guys can see. You have this robot-looking power bank. It has these little removable boots. There's your AC plugs, 2-prong, just goes right into whatever power supply. It has a little animated face. So whenever you're using this, you're going to have 3 different faces. You'll have one that is your standby face, one is your charging face, and the other one is charging completion face. I see Terry's in the house. Welcome, Terry. Yeah. Welcome to the stream. So definitely check this little guy out. This is going to be a great stocking stuffer, guys, for only $17.09. $17.09. Definitely check this out as well. So whether you're charging up, your robot or whatever, your phone, your tablet, whatever the case it might be, I think that's going to be a win for you guys. guys. All right, so for those of you who live stream like L and others like myself, there are a variety of cameras that I have used, that I have tested, that I have recommended. Osbot is still one of my favorite camera brands, and they are here Black Friday as well. So let me show you guys a couple of these cameras. So the one that we have right now is the Osbot Tiny SE, which is this little guy right here. Currently, this is $84. Now, this is a pan tilt zoom camera. That means it can rotate. It has human tracking. It has built-in microphones. You have a quarter 20 underneath here for mounting this like on a boom arm or mic stand. You also have a little ledge that pops out like this, and you could mount this directly on a monitor like the monitor we just looked at. You can just set this guy right on there, and again, it's going to track you, right? So for those who don't know what tracking is, like the camera that's facing me right now, I can use gesture control just like with this camera. So I can put my hand up like this. The camera's going to zoom in, and then it's going to start to track me pretty much wherever I go. So if you're teaching or cooking or doing something where you move around a lot and you want the camera to be able to follow you, that's where a camera like this is really, really going to shine, guys. And for the fact that you can get this guy here on Amazon, you know, today, Black Friday, guys, for only $84 is, man, it is mind-boggling. This type of technology at that price point, definitely check this out. If you're doing Zoom calls for work, or you're doing content creation, whatever the case it may be, this could be an excellent camera for you. This is going to work with your Mac, your PC, some tablets, depending on, you know, how the operating system works. I have used this with my iPad. No problem. So definitely check this guy out, $84. Now, when you are ready to take your live streaming to the next level, I got something for you. That's going to be this camera. This camera right here. Now, this is also from Osbot. This is the Osbot Tail 2. This is a PTZ-R camera. The R stands for rotate. Now, this one has a unique head design because within this head design, where we looked at the other camera, say for instance, we want to do a portrait-oriented, content or stream or whatever it is, we'd have to turn the camera to the side. Now, there are some cameras that can rotate their head, but those don't do that. But what this one does, it does it internally. So you would use your smartphone app to rotate it to 9:16, but the camera can still sit on the table, on the tripod, on the monopod, just as you see it, but it would have rotated the head internally to be able to adjust for the portrait, between portrait and landscape, okay? Now, again, this is also a PTZ camera, pan, tilt, zoom, just like I demoed with the camera that's facing me. This also has a leveling feature, meaning that if you had this up on a tripod and it was just slightly crooked, it can correct itself to keep the horizons level. And different than the other smaller cameras we just looked at, this guy is designed for professionals. It has a lot of professional ways of connecting to this camera. Let's take a look at those. All right, so right here, as you guys can see, we have mic in, we have line in, we also have a full-size HDMI. We also have, as you guys can see here, we also have our RS-232s right here. That's for the old PTZ controller styles like you see in like conferences and churches and things like that. You have your more professional SDI connection. You have Ethernet. You have your power to charge this guy up. You can use USB-C, and you have OTG USB-C here as well if you want to connect this to a computer. And with this guy, you can install a TF card and record directly to the TF card, and you can live stream and record to this camera simultaneously. What is cool about this camera also is that you can also connect this camera to devices using NDI, to using SRT, RTMP, so many different ways you can connect to this camera and live stream with it and capture content. So if you are ready to take your camera live stream content to the next level, this would be, I would say a more professional progression camera wise. If you're not using something like a professional, studio camera, like a mirrorless camera with interchangeable lenses and all that kind of stuff, this is going to be a great option for you right here. Now, the only disadvantage that I see with this camera is that it does not have built-in microphones, but you guys already know I'm not a fan of that anyway. I still believe you need a professional microphone. If you want to sound professional, look professional, you need to combine those things to make it work. So professional lighting, professional camera, professional audio, boom, boom, boom. Those three are a must. The rest is going to be all about you and your content. Let's do this thing. All right. I think I didn't highlight that camera. So let me highlight it real quick just so I can say that I did. So the camera we're talking about is the Osbot Tail 2. Again, you can get this guy here on Amazon. Black Friday deal right now is $999. $999 for that professional camera. And yes, I know people right now that are using multiples of those cameras in their place of worship, that are using it in their conference studios and their podcast studios. So yes, they have been tested to death. These things are amazing. All right, so there is another camera also from Osbot. Let me show it to you guys here real quick. Now this guy, I think for a lot of people might be more in their price range, and that's going to be one of these cameras here. Now these are the Osbot Tail Air 2s. So both of these little guys, you can get them, separately. You can get them in a bundle. You can get them with the Osbot Talent. You can get them with the remote or without. But if you only need one of them, no problem. Here is that camera. Again, let's take a closer look at it. So as you guys can see, it is very similar to the camera we just took a look at. But the Osbot Tail Air is also an NDI camera. You can also use SRT. This is a 4K camera as well. It does have human tracking. Right now, this guy is $424. 4K 60 frames a second. You can connect a wired or wireless microphone receiver to this. You also have a USB on the back here that you can use for charging this, or it'll also double as OTG, so you can plug this directly into your computer. There's your power button. On this side here, you can install your SD card, TF card here. And if you wanted to use a cable to connect this to a video switcher, there is a micro HDMI. I am not a fan of that, but it does have a micro HDMI input here. This one does have built-in microphones. And as I said before, it's completely PTZ. It's a pan, tilt, zoom camera. So you can set up presets. You can control this with the remote. The remote does not come with it. But here is the remote, if you guys are curious. This is the Osbot remote. It's going to give you the ability to control up to 3 cameras. Each camera can have up to 3 different presets. You have people tracking, pet tracking. It has a laser pointer as well. It has a joystick control for controlling the camera. You also have a photo button, a video button. You have a tele rocker right here where you can zoom in and zoom out on things. And you also have your power button and the ability to switch between scenes or different cameras by just pressing this little button here, or you can just switch between the cameras here as well. So this little remote, like I said, doesn't come with it, but I do see it in some bundles. So, if you're interested in that, you'll definitely be able to find it with the different bundles available. But right now, Black Friday, you can get this guy here for only $424. Definitely check it out. Terry, let us know what you found here on Amazon for Black Friday. Anything special has tickled your pickle? What has Terry purchased? I'm not going to leave you out. What have you purchased or found for Black Friday that is just a must-have? I know you're shopping for the family, you're shopping for the little one and all that kind of stuff, and I know that kind of sometimes feels overwhelming. That's why I'm, really excited about doing these type of streams, because I think I can find something for pretty much everyone. Now, if you're about that party life, man, check this guy out. Right here from Soundcore. Ooh, babies. This is the Soundcore Motion Boom 2 Plus. Yes, this is a party in a box. Babies, this is a party in a box. You got these built-in speakers. They have LED lights in them. You can switch the patterns of the LED lights from the little top control button right up here. You have a bass boost button, a sync button, Bluetooth button, power button. You have a tele rocker here for volume control as well as pause and play. This guy can float. It's built like a little tank. It also comes with this really nice shoulder strap. I don't know what I did with my shoulder strap. I've completely misplaced it. But really nice, rugged handle on here as well. Rubberized feet underneath. And like I said, this one has an IP rating, so it can get wet. You can drop this in the lake, the pond, the pool, whatever the case is going to be, and it's still going to be rocking out. You know what I'm saying? So if you're into that rollerblade life like our man Richard, and you out there doing what you do like we used to do back in the 90s, breakdancing, rollerblading, all that kind of cool jazz, man, here you go. Check it out. This guy is a beast. $165.99. $165.99 for all of this power, all of this amazing built quality, built like a tank Bluetooth speaker. Party in a box, babies. Party in a box. Definitely check this guy out as well. So I think this is another amazing product, guys, that you can capture right now, that you can get right now on Black Friday. Yes, it's a win. All right, let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it rolling. All right, so our next item, Black Friday deal, I think you guys might want to take a look at. If you live in a state like I do, down here in the state of Texas, down here in the dirty, y'all know it gets hot, but we get crazy weather, guys. We get crazy weather. It is literally sometimes raining across the street. I tell people that who have never been to Texas and they think I'm making this up. I'm telling you, Google it. You'll find videos of people standing in their yard in the sun and looking across the street, and there's a full-blown rainstorm literally on the other side of the street. It is, I'm not making this up, guys. I am not making this up. But anyway, back to this battery. So this is from our friends over at EcoFlow. This is a very portable battery. Somebody asked me a couple of nights ago, is this thing heavy? It is not heavy. It is manageable, but it does have some weight to it, okay? So don't think this is, some little, cheap plasticky toy or something like that. No, it is not that. It is built very well. This is going to last you a very long time, okay? Now, this has 600 watts of lifting power, 300 watts overall use case scenario, LiPo 4 power. Now, you can charge this guy with the standard 3-prong plug that comes with it. You can also charge this with the solar panel, not included, but you can also purchase a version of a solar panel from EcoFlow. Nice flat surface up here. This is ideal if you want to set something on here and charge it. It does not have Qi wireless charging, but you can plug your phone into this and just set it on top, and it's just going to stay there securely while it charges. No problem there. All right, you got 2 USB-A's, 1 USB-C, a 12-volt right here. On the AC side of things, you also have 2 AC plugs. You have one right here that is a 3-prong plug, and then you have an additional 2-prong plug here as well. Now, I use these batteries all the time for charging up the different devices. This battery here used to actually live on the desk right about where you guys see Nova's charging station is, right? So this used to be right here on the desk as one of my backup batteries whenever I need it. This battery saved my bacon a couple of years ago when the power went out here because of a big storm. This guy, I just threw it out in my truck. I jumped in my truck going out, seeing what resources I could find. And I had this battery. So I just plugged USB plug into this, plugged it into my truck. And in less than an hour, this guy was almost at 100%. So that became my routine. I would take this out to my truck. I would let it charge. Remember, power's out, phones are out, all of that kind of stuff for almost a week. So every, couple of hours, I would take this thing out, charge it in my truck, and then I would bring it back in and I would plug this into one of my larger batteries and let it drain off, to those batteries, storing up power over time and all of the other batteries. And that was kind of my routine, for almost a week, guys. So I'm telling you, this little guy right here is a rock star. And price-wise, $179 right now. Black Friday deal. It's a must have. All right. So Hope told me the other day in the stream, she said, Rome, that item that you showed the other day is a must have, for single women. I'm like, no, Hope, this is a must have for anyone. Okay. Because this is a 3-stage electric screwdriver. Okay. And regardless, who you are, not to dismiss what she's saying, but I'm just saying this is good for everyone, right? So you have a 3-stage screwdriver here with a built-in light. It comes with all of the different screwdriver bits. You have your flathead, your Phillips, you have your hexagon shapes here as well. They all fit inside right here. You have your 3 torque. So you have 3 torque levels, 1, 2, and 3, as you guys can see here. And of course, off. Your tracking button here, the light built into it, so you can see down in those nooks and crannies whenever you are working on something. Let's just put that on 1 so you guys can see how the light looks when it turns on. Now, you do have to take this out to charge it, USB-C right here at the bottom. But right now, guys, you can get this for only $39.99. $39.99. That's going to give you this base right here that holds all of your different bits. The screwdriver fits right inside just like that. And of course, you have this silo that goes with it. Now, this is kind of a metal material. The base is some type of polymer, I think it is. It's like a little plasticky material. But for the most part, this is ideal. This is going to fit in your camera bag. It's going to fit in your laptop bag, in the armrest of your car, your truck, or whatever it is, or just a convenient place around the house. If you assemble furniture, take things apart, need to work on things, maybe you're building some computers, maybe you're building your own robot, whatever the case it is, and you need a quick, easily accessible tool, this guy is a win, guys. This guy is a win right now for $39.99. All right, guys, I will be live again tonight a couple of times, but I'll definitely be live at 7 p.m. tonight. You guys know my normal live stream time. I'll be here live on Amazon as well as simultaneously on YouTube. All right, so let me show you guys another cool thing that you might want to get for the family and friends coming up. So we're not going to spend a lot of time on this, but this is from our friends over at Govee. And Govee has the back lights for your television. So basically what you have here is all of the different LED lights. They go around the back of the television. It comes with a little camera that mounts over the top of the television. And what that does is it monitors the screen, and then whatever action or games or sports or drama or comedy or whatever it is you're watching, it's going to display similar lighting effects on the wall. So it makes your 55-inch television feel like an 80-inch television just because of all the color saturation and things that are going on around it. Trust me, guys, I didn't believe that. I did not believe that. And I got a set of these and I installed them on my television. Of course, I installed it during the daytime, so I didn't really see, that light immersed, effect that everybody was talking about. But later that night, when I started watching my shows and I was seeing those colors and those lighting effects, some of my action shows, some of my comedy shows, it just took it to another level, guys, to a whole nother level. So you can get a set of these TV backlights right now from Govee for, let me show you what these look like. Let me get a little closer here so you guys can see what I'm talking about here. So these are the lights themselves. They come with the 3M tape, make it really easy for you to install this. You can get these guys here on Amazon for only $58.99. $58.99. That's with the camera, that's with the module, all of the other accessories that you need to make these work. Super easy, guys. So, as I was saying, so many different things you guys can use these devices for. So it's just a matter of finding what works best for you. Now, we only have one more thing that I want to show you guys here, light-wise. Now, of course, you guys know I talk about these different lights all the time. So whether it's the curtain lights behind me or this lamp over here, all these things are from Govee. But the one that we have featured tonight in the stream is this lamp back here, and another battery. There's another battery back here that's going to be powering this lamp. So we're going to turn that on here in a second. Let me scoot back here. And all right, so the lamp should now turn on, as you guys can see. All right, so this Govee lamp that you guys are looking at here, actually, let me switch. Let me see, can I switch sides so you guys can still see it? Yeah, there we go. All right, so this Govee lamp, guys, like all Govee products, you know, it has an app that you can use to control the lamp. So let's go dive into that app real quick here. So now, of course, you know, when you first get your Govee device, you're going to have to set up an account, get everything set up, but it is relatively that simple. Most people have some Govee device around and probably already have an account set up. All right, so I can go in here, I can click on my floor lamp 2, and I can go in and I can choose individual colors. So I can change the color to red, to orange, yellow, green, blue. You guys see all the different light blue, purple, whatever the case it is. It's got a ton of scenes as well. So we have things for Christmas. So we got these cool Christmas lighting effects. I'm just making sure you guys can see it. Let me turn this microphone a little bit so you guys can see the Christmas effect. Here's one for Easter. There's another one for Halloween. Valentine's Day, my babies. Valentine's Day, you want to do something special for the significant other. Boom, there you go. You got that one as well. So you got a variety of different cool things you can do with these lights. And you can combine them with things like the curtain lights, the TV backlights, you know, one of these lamps, whatever it is. You know, you're only limited by your imagination. You know, fireworks, it's got some cool fireworks effects. And another cool thing about this lamp, you know, you can turn off the base if you don't want the base. You can turn off the main stalk if you don't want that. It also comes with a remote that you guys can see here. So this remote has similar capabilities. You know, I can switch the colors for the lamp just pressing this remote right here. So if you can't find your phone and you just want to quickly be able to switch the color effects, boom, shakalaka, boom, baby, just like that. There you go. All right. So that is about it for this stream. I forgot to highlight the lamp. But that's about it for this stream. Now, you guys know I have one item left in the carousel that I always talk about every single stream, and that is going to be these drawstring backpacks you can get right here on Amazon. You can get a set of these for only $9.99. You can get 10 of these drawstring backpacks, either in a single color, you know, pack or variety pack, whatever you want to do. These are going to be great for storage bags. They're going to be great for Halloween trick-or-treat bags. They're going to be great for, reusable shopping bags. Or you can also use these for Christmas stocking style bags where you can just take a little bit of cotton and a glue gun and glue some cotton on a blue one or a red one or whatever it is and make this into like a little Santa bag or whatever the case it is, you know, to share, you know, all those little stocking stuffer things. Maybe your stocking stuffers are too big to go into an actual stocking. So, you know, this could be a great option for you guys as well. All right. So what else can you use those for? Well, of course, you could use those to share the love that you have in your heart. You can use those guys like we use them. Backpacks that we share, items with the homeless community. This is a perfect time of the year for you guys to do all the good you can, share your love, you know, with that community, doing any way we can to help uplift them. So we source a lot of items right here on Amazon. We get toothpaste, toothbrush, shampoo, conditioner, hand sanitizer, pens, pencils, underwear, socks, female products, reusable water bottles, water sanitation tablets, anything we can find that we can buy in volume and then, you know, separate them all out, put them into those backpacks, keep one of them or a couple of them with us. So when we're out living our lives, driving, hanging out, doing whatever, if we run into someone that's asking for help, we don't lecture to them. We don't, testify to them. We don't preach to them. We just hand them one of those backpacks, man, filled with love, and we get on down the road, and then they get to enjoy all of that love that we're sharing with them, just to reassure them that there are good people in the world that are concerned about them, that want to do good. try to do good every single day and have no problem sharing what they have, whether you have a lot or you have a little. It doesn't matter, guys. Every little bit helps. So be a good person. That's the most important thing. Be a good person. All right, my babies, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up for now, but I will be back here later today. Y'all know how we do. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Let's go. All right, my babies, stay safe out there, guys. Wash your hands, wear a mask when appropriate. Take care of your loved ones. Get out there and create something amazing each and every single day. Be a good human. Be a good human. Do good in the world and share your love with others. Be that pebble in the pond, my babies. Be that pebble in the pond. All right. I will be back here a little bit later tonight, but most definitely I will be back here at 7 p.m. tonight here on Amazon and YouTube with our new robot buddies. We'll be here with my man Yambo here, as well as Louie. And hopefully, Ebot might show up today. So if that's the case, we'll be doing an unboxing and get Ebot set up. You know, that's the Smokey or the pet robot that we'll be using for multiple things. So, yeah, pretty cool. Terry, thank you, babies, for hanging out with your boy tonight. Don't forget, you can still reshare this live stream. Even after it's done, you can share it on your social media. Let everybody know, because these deals are still going to be live, baby, still live. So, you know, share it with the family, share it with the friends. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. Did somebody say Evans? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. Is Evans in the house? What? What? Yeah! Evans? Oh my goodness. I have not seen Evans in a hot minute, y'all. A hot minute. Y'all know I got some love for me some Evans, y'all. I got some love for me some Evans. So, Evans, if you get an opportunity tonight, pop in the stream, because I am not kidding. I am not making this up, Evans. Ask Richard. Louis knows who you are, because Richard and I talk about you so much in the stream that my other robot Louis, knows who you are, because we talk about you, especially every time I pick up one of these batteries and Louis forgot to charge it, because Louis forgot to charge it, because Richard forgot to tell Louis to charge the battery before I needed it. Okay. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Okay. Okay. That's my story. What y'all say? Oh, I'm sorry. I got distracted. But I'll be back here partying with you guys tonight, 7 p.m. You know, if I don't decide to pop back on here a little bit later. So, no, it's true. Hey, Evans, okay. Wait. Now this battery right here, okay, because this battery does need to be charged, but that is not my fault, okay? Because everything else got charged, but this one. I don't even know what to say. I do not know what to say. It's at 1%. It's at 1%. It's at 1%, y'all. But anyway, it's gonna be charged before the next stream, Evans. Okay. So I'm gonna set that right there. Okay. And it will be charged before I go live later tonight. All right. So if y'all still got questions for Nova, for Louis, for our Ebot robot when it comes in, and another cool thing that I wanted to mention to you guys, I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it for later, because the new robot has a very unique feature that is going to allow you guys to be more interactive in my live stream in real time. Yes, that is coming. Yes, it is coming. So I will see you guys back here tonight at 7 p.m., my babies. 7 p.m. I shall be back here tonight. So y'all know it's time for me to say the magic words. Peace, peace, and blue muffin grease. I am out. Boom, 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 my babies. I am out of here. Mwah! Love y'all, but I got to go. I'm out.